texting. So long story short, after a week of this on Marco Polo from back and forth from two siblings, they're not speaking to me because I refuse to host and quote, I am being selfish for choosing just your husband and kids. They are both divorced and alone. I have grieved through this, but have also gained 9 pounds while dealing with this and keep craving sugar. I know I'm hiding and my body is helping. Really quick before I read on, them saying that you are just choosing your husband and kids, like, what if you were? What is wrong with that? I want you to tap F their judgments. I am choosing my husband and kids. And even if I wasn't necessarily choosing my husband and kids and I just didn't want to host, it doesn't mean anything about them. And it also doesn't mean I'm a bad person, and it doesn't mean I'm a bitch. Okay. With the 9 pounds, you're punishing yourself. Anytime we do this, especially with the way that this was worded and especially with the guilt and the shame, we're punishing ourselves in some way because we feel bad and wrong. It's not wrong and bad to choose your husband and kids. So what if that was the only reason? What if it didn't matter who else was hosting? What if it just came down to, I don't want to have people over, I'm just choosing my husband and kids? There's no guilt and shame. There's no wrong about it. There's no bad about it. You're not a bad person. You're not a bitch. And if they want to think that, F their judgments. Okay. This goes along with everything I've said before. F their judgments. Release all the guilt and shame. Release anywhere where someone's trying to make you feel bad. You are not responsible for them. If they are both divorced and alone, can they get together and have their own Thanksgiving? Yeah. Could they decide to not make it a big deal? It's just another day on the freaking calendar? Yeah, they could. But for them to put all of that on you, that's on them. You get to decide if you're going to take it on or not. And it sounds like you decided to take it on in some way if you've gained 9 pounds. But you can release that now. Everybody listening to this, you can choose to release anywhere where you've taken on weight from others, anywhere where you've taken on the weight of their judgments, anywhere where you've taken on the shame and the guilt, and maybe even put on the weight because of what you were judging yourself for. If they are divorced and alone, they can choose not to be alone without you having to be the person that saves them from being alone, right? So just be aware of that too. They're also still making their own choices. They don't have to be alone. If like, and this might sound harsh, but they could go to a public park so they don't feel alone. Like, you can have compassion. You can be a nice person. You can care that they're alone and like, oh, that's sad. That sucks. I wouldn't like feeling that way. But you also cannot save them, because on any other given day of the calendar year, they're going to feel alone because they're divorced and alone, and that's not your responsibility. It's not. It's a sad situation, yes, but it's not your responsibility, and that doesn't make you wrong. Okay, so I've gained 9 pounds while dealing with this and keep craving sugar. I know I'm hiding and my body is helping. I know I'm missing a big something that I'm blocking. Do you have any tips on letting go of the unknown while you're still actively in it? Anything else you would feel would help? I can't be the only one with family like this. No. And this is the thing is, it doesn't matter if you're actively in it or if it was 10 years ago. It's still a very real feeling. Just like anyone can get triggered by something today that happened 20 years ago, and it feels like you're in it now. Like you have a very physical